Hey, Celtics Nation! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The basketball world is buzzing like never before as rumors swirl around one of the most shocking trades in recent NBA history. The Eastern Conference rival of the Boston Celtics reportedly trading their elite center, Joel Embiid, to Boston. Fans and analysts alike are struggling to process what this could mean for the league, as Embiid has been the cornerstone of his franchise for years, dominating both ends of the court and commanding respect from teammates and opponents alike. Imagine a Celtics lineup suddenly fortified with a true MVP-caliber center, a player whose presence alone can change the trajectory of a game, alter defensive schemes, and redefine how opposing teams approach the paint. The whispers began quietly, in locker rooms and analyst circles, but now they've grown into a full-blown frenzy, with social media exploding and fans speculating endlessly. The impact of this move would extend far beyond Boston, forcing rival teams to reconsider their strategies and rosters, perhaps even reshaping the balance of power in the Eastern Conference. Every time Embiid steps on the court, the Celtics would suddenly possess a defensive anchor, someone capable of not only blocking shots, but intimidating drives, controlling rebounds, and setting a tone that reverberates throughout the league. Insiders suggest that the Celtics front office has been eyeing this move for months, meticulously planning every detail to ensure the team maximizes the potential of adding a generational talent like Joel Embiid. The speculation is that they've coordinated with multiple agents, scouts, and even rival executives to orchestrate a deal that could shock the basketball world. For Boston, this isn't just a trade. It's a statement of intent, a clear signal that the team is willing to make bold moves to reclaim dominance in the East. Imagine Embiid's imposing figure patrolling the paint at TD Garden, altering shots, intimidating opponents, and serving as a focal point for Boston's already talented roster. Analysts are already calculating how his presence would affect spacing, pick-and-roll efficiency, and defensive rotations, predicting a seismic shift in team dynamics and on-court strategies. Fans are creating endless what-if scenarios online, debating how the Celtics' offensive flow might adjust and who would benefit most from sharing the floor with Embiid. Every tweet, podcast, and YouTube video seems to fan the flames of anticipation, making this rumored trade one of the most talked-about topics in the sport. If it happens, it could define a new era for Boston basketball, one marked by dominance, physicality, and perhaps a championship window wider than anyone anticipated. The ripple effects of this potential trade extend far beyond Boston, as rival teams scramble to anticipate what the Celtics' new roster would mean for their own strategies. Eastern Conference opponents would need to rethink rotations, defensive schemes, and offensive approaches, especially those who have relied on exploiting weaknesses in the paint. Embiid's arrival would not only enhance Boston's defense, but also elevate the performance of every teammate who benefits from his presence. Guards could drive with more confidence. Wings could stretch the floor knowing Embiid anchors the paint, and coaches could experiment with rotations previously deemed too risky. Rumors of Embiid wearing green have reignited debates among analysts about which team combinations could now realistically challenge the Celtics' dominance. The chatter also includes speculative discussions about trade partners, future draft picks, and salary cap implications, with some suggesting this move could set off a domino effect of blockbuster deals across the league. Fans are drawn into endless hypotheticals, imagining the sheer intensity of playoff matchups, with Embiid protecting the rim and anchoring defensive schemes. Social media is alive with memes, mock lineups, and animated discussions, creating a sense of urgency and excitement rarely seen outside of actual trade deadlines. The buzz is palpable, and while nothing is confirmed, the mere possibility of this deal has already left an indelible mark on the collective imagination of the NBA community. Sources close to the situation hint that negotiations have been intense, with both sides weighing not just the immediate impact, but long-term implications for team culture, player development, and championship aspirations. Boston's management is rumored to be considering how Embiid's leadership, work ethic, and elite defensive instincts could mesh with a roster built around versatility and depth. Meanwhile, Joel Embiid himself is reportedly intrigued by the prospect of joining a storied franchise known for its history, fan passion, and playoff pedigree. The speculation has ignited discussions about how his arrival could redefine rivalries, particularly against other Eastern Conference powerhouses, who may suddenly find themselves facing a team with a defensive presence unlike anything in recent memory. The narrative is compelling. A superstar center moving to Boston, a team already respected for its balance and tactical execution, potentially creating one of the most intimidating lineups in the modern era. Analysts are calculating projected matchups, highlighting the advantages in rim protection, pick-and-roll coverage, and defensive rotations. Coaches and former players weigh in on podcasts, debating how Embiid's skill set complements the Celtics' existing strengths and where challenges may arise in adapting offensive systems around a dominant center. The buzz is no longer confined to whispers. It has spilled into mainstream media, creating a pressure cooker of expectation that could explode the moment an official announcement is made, fundamentally shifting the conversation around the Eastern Conference and redefining what it means to build a contender in today's NBA. Financial and strategic implications also dominate the conversation, as adding a player of Embiid's caliber involves more than just the on-court considerations. The Celtics front office would need to carefully navigate luxury tax consequences, potential player extensions, and future flexibility to maintain roster depth. Rumors suggest multiple scenarios, including swapping picks, sending role players, or even absorbing contract from other teams to make the deal viable. Fans speculate endlessly about who might be sacrificed to secure such a monumental acquisition, generating heated debates across online forums. Meanwhile, sports media outlets dissect every public comment, tweet, and historical precedent to predict what this trade could mean for team chemistry and long-term championship windows. The idea of Embiid anchoring Boston's defense is tantalizing, but it also comes with inherent challenges, including integrating a high-usage center into existing schemes, managing expectations, and balancing offensive opportunities among other stars. Despite the uncertainties, the excitement is palpable. The Celtics could, with this move, gain a transformative figure capable of altering the trajectory of games, series, and entire seasons. The rumor, still unconfirmed, has already reshaped fan expectations, media narratives, and league-wide speculation, proving that even the mere possibility of this trade can dominate conversations in ways few other sports stories can achieve. Meanwhile, the league itself is watching closely, as the potential ripple effects could redefine how teams approach roster construction, defense prioritization, and superstar acquisition strategies. Other franchises may accelerate their own trades or reconsider long-term contracts, inspired or pressured by the prospect of Boston acquiring such a dominant presence. Analysts suggest that this rumored Embiid to Celtics trade could set a new benchmark for bold moves, forcing front offices across the league to think creatively about how to remain competitive. The narrative extends beyond individual performance, encompassing coaching strategies, draft considerations, and even fan engagement, as supporters eagerly speculate on playoff scenarios and championship possibilities. Sports talk shows are dissecting lineups, defensive metrics, and offensive spacing, while fans flood social media with animated reactions, highlighting the blend of anticipation, fear, and excitement that surrounds such blockbuster rumors. Even without official confirmation, the story has taken on a life of its own, with media cycles revolving around every hint, leak, or speculation. The Celtics, intentionally or not, have positioned themselves at the center of the basketball universe, demonstrating how a single potential move can ignite global interest, challenge conventional wisdom, and elevate discussion beyond the boundaries of mere sport into a full-blown cultural phenomenon. The speculation surrounding Joel Embiid's potential arrival in Boston has sparked endless debate among analysts and fans, focusing on how his presence could instantly transform the Celtics into a defensive juggernaut capable of challenging any contender. People are examining every conceivable matchup scenario, imagining playoff battles where Embiid's rim protection forces opposing guards to rethink their approach, while wings struggle to find scoring lanes that weren't previously as congested. Coaches and commentators are dissecting the potential chemistry, questioning how the Celtics guards and forwards would adjust their offensive flow around a dominant center without compromising spacing or ball movement. Meanwhile, rival executives are reportedly recalculating their strategies, considering counter trades, free agent acquisitions, or defensive reinforcements to counter Boston's rumored new advantage. The ripple effect extends beyond the court. Merchandise sales, ticket demand, and media coverage would surge, creating a wave of commercial and cultural impact that reinforces the team's prominence. Every social media platform is saturated with debates, simulations, and mock lineups, as fans visualize Embiid patrolling the paint in green and white, intimidating drives, and controlling rebounds with a mastery few centers can achieve. Even casual observers are drawn into the conversation, captivated by the possibility of witnessing a team redefine defensive dominance, potentially changing the narrative of Eastern Conference rivalries and reigniting historical debates about the greatest team constructions in modern NBA history. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Insiders suggest that negotiations for Embiid could hinge on multiple variables, including contract structures, player preferences, and the strategic priorities of both franchises. Rumors hint at complex arrangements, possibly involving swaps of draft picks, role players, or even the absorption of other contracts to make the deal viable under salary cap constraints. The mere complexity of these discussions has fueled speculation, with pundits imagining every permutation and weighing the risks against potential rewards. Celtics fans are particularly engrossed, debating which players might be traded or shifted in rotation to maximize Embiid's effectiveness, while analysts are projecting defensive efficiency gains and rebounding advantages. The league itself watches closely, as this rumored move could set a precedent for blockbuster trades and redefine the market value of elite centers, influencing how teams approach roster construction, free agency, and future negotiations. Conversations are no longer limited to immediate performance. Discussions encompass long-term championship windows, potential playoff matchups, and the broader cultural implications of a star of Embiid's magnitude joining a storied franchise. The scenario captures the imagination, blending tactical, financial, and narrative dimensions into a story that dominates NBA discourse, making the rumor feel almost tangible despite the absence of confirmation. Social media has become a primary battleground for debates about the Embiid to Celtics rumor, with memes, mock trades, and animated projections dominating feeds and trending hashtags. Fans are split between excitement and concern, analyzing the potential impact on team chemistry, rotational balance, and offensive spacing. Simulated lineups on digital platforms allow followers to visualize Embiid in green, imagining how drives would be altered, how screens could create mismatches, and how defensive rotations might become nearly unbreakable with a player of his caliber anchoring the paint. Podcasts, live streams, and post-game shows have devoted entire episodes to speculative scenarios, debating not only who benefits most from Embiid's arrival, but also who might struggle to maintain their role in the adjusted system. Meanwhile, rival front offices are reportedly brainstorming their own moves to counter the Celtics' newfound defensive edge, weighing acquisitions of shot blockers, perimeter defenders, or scoring wings to mitigate the potential imbalance. The rumor has effectively created a secondary season, one driven by anticipation, conjecture, and strategic speculation, where media cycles revolve entirely around the possibilities, and fans are glued to every update, leak, or cryptic tweet that could hint at confirmation. The excitement is palpable, creating a shared sense of urgency and curiosity that elevates the rumor into a cultural and sporting event in its own right, transcending mere transaction speculation. Analysts have begun running numbers to project the statistical impact of Embiid joining Boston, examining metrics like defensive rating, rim protection, rebound differential, and win shares. Hypothetical calculations suggest that the Celtics could move from a solid defensive team to an elite force capable of dictating pace, controlling possession, and limiting high-percentage shots across multiple series. The buzz surrounding these projections has fueled heated online debates, with fans disputing assumptions, comparing historical defensive lineups, and theorizing about how Embiid's presence could redefine playoff strategies. Coaches are imagined adjusting rotations, experimenting with three-guard lineups, and exploring creative pick-and-roll combinations to leverage Embiid's strengths while maintaining offensive flow. Every rumor, leak, or insider tip is scrutinized meticulously, from cryptic social media posts to subtle hints in press conferences, each adding fuel to the speculation fire. Even rival team fan bases are captivated, forced to engage with projections and counterfactual analysis to understand potential threats to their playoff aspirations. The narrative extends beyond Boston, affecting how the entire league contemplates defensive schemes, superstar utilization, and strategic innovation, reinforcing the idea that a single blockbuster move can influence not only one franchise, but also the competitive balance of the Eastern Conference and potentially the entire NBA landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.